Hi, this is Rudy Jones of PalmettoStateBaseball.com. Welcome to part 1 of the South Carolina College Baseball video recap for Friday, May the 30th. As you may know, the Coastal Carolina-Fairfield game got off to a late start, so I'll discuss that in a post I'll make on Saturday morning. But for Friday night, and the only game that's complete as of this time I'm recording it right before midnight, Clemson had a thrilling game to rally twice to beat USC Upstate 7-3 in the first game of the Clemson Regional. Excuse me. The Tigers fell behind early 2-0. Johnny Sweeney homered in the second inning for the Spartans, and Gage Griggs singled in a run in the fourth inning. Upstate was leading 2-0. Of course, Upstate's making its first NCAA Tournament appearance. In the fifth inning, Upstate loaded the bases with nobody out. Jacob McGovern came in and struck out the first two batters he faced. Then he got the next batter to line out to left field. Dominic Leasty made a diving catch to keep the Tigers only 2 runs down. In the bottom of the fifth inning, as some things started happening for the Tigers. Andrew Schufo and T.P. Wentworth on base. Cam Canarella doubled and drove in both those runners to tie the score. He later scored on Colin Priest's sacrifice fly, put Clemson up 3-2. Scott Newman homered on the first pitch he saw from Lucas Malstad in the top of the 8th to tie the score at 3, so we're going to the bottom of the 8th with a 3-3 score. Dominic Leasty led off with a single. He stole second. 1 out later, he stole third as Jack Crichton walked. Wentworth followed with a single to right field to drive in Leasty. And then Andrew Schufo had a squeeze bunt to make it 5-3, Clemson the lead. Canarella capped the scoring with a 2-run homer to center field. He has a 20-game hitting streak and a 42-game on-base streak. Not too bad. USC Upstate starter Ant Phillips had a great outing. He struck out 9 in 6 innings. He allowed 3 runs. McGovern just continued to pitch beautifully in relief. He struck out 6 in a 3 1/3 hitless innings. He has pitched 22 2/3 shutout innings over his last 11 appearances. Not too shabby. The Tigers will play West Virginia at 6 o'clock Saturday in Clemson, and Upstate will play Kentucky in an elimination game at noon. Kentucky scored 3 runs in the first inning, but West Virginia rallied to tie it and then won it in the bottom of the 9th on a walk-off walk-off hit into the outfield, maybe a sac fly or single. I don't remember right now. But anyway, the Tigers won that game. In the first game of the Conway Regional, East Carolina beat Florida 11-6. Coastal's leading Fairfield right now 4-1 in the top of the 5th inning. But how about some of the other scores that were in NCAA play on Friday? In the Nashville Regional, Louisville beat East Tennessee State 8-3. Vanderbilt was getting no hit until the 7th inning and rallied to beat Wright State 4-3. In the Austin Regional, Texas beat Houston Christian 7-1. Texas San Antonio beat Kansas State 10-2. In the Fayetteville Regional, Arkansas beat North Dakota State 6-2. Creighton beat Kansas 11-4. In the Auburn Regional, Stetson beat NC State 11-2. The Hatters scored 7 in the first inning, and they were never headed. And Auburn rallied from an early deficit to beat Central Connecticut State 9-5. In the Chapel Hill Regional, North Carolina beat Holy Cross 4-0. Oklahoma and Nebraska were still playing as the time I record this. In the Baton Rouge Regional, LSU beat Little Rock 7-0. That regional was delayed by rain. And if you're a night owl, you're going to love this. Rhode Island and Dallas Baptist were supposed to start their game at 11:59 Eastern Time on Friday. So if you want to see about 2 or 3 hours worth of baseball, tune into ESPN+. In the Athens Regional, Georgia beat Binghamton 20-4, and Duke drilled Oklahoma State 12-5. In the Corvallis Regional, Southern Cal beat TCU 13-1, and St. Mary's knocked off number 8 seed, national seed, Oregon State. Of course, all these tournaments are double elimination. Oregon State's not out yet. In the Tallahassee Regional, Florida State beat Bethune-Cookman 6-2. They were tied at 2-2 for a long rain delay, and then the Seminoles went ahead not long after that. Mississippi State's about to finish off a win over Northwestern. It was 11-2 last time I looked at the bottom of the 9th. The Huskies had won 27 straight games going into that one. In the Oxford Regional, Georgia Tech beat Western Kentucky 9-2, and Murray State knocked off Ole Miss 9-6. The Rebels fell into the losers bracket. They'll play Western Kentucky tomorrow. In the Eugene, Oregon Regional, Arizona beat Cal Poly 3-2. Utah Valley was leading Oregon late in the game when, as I'm recording this. In the Knoxville Regional, Cincinnati beat Wake Forest 11-6, and Tennessee beat Miami of Ohio 9-2. Cincinnati's got former Greenville High standout Donovan Ford on the team. He played at Newberry before transferring to Cincinnati. He was 2 for 5 with a single, home run, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBI today. In the Los Angeles Regional, UCLA beat Fresno 19-4. Arizona State beat Cal Irvine 4-2. In the Hattiesburg Regional, Miami beat Alabama 5-3, and Columbia University beat Southern Mississippi 11-4. Southern Miss, of course, the hosts, number 16 national seed. They'll fall into the losers bracket. Elsewhere, Lenore Ryan hit 4 home runs on Friday, and they set an NCAA Division II season record with 134 runs and beat East Stroudsburg State 15-11 in their first round game of the NCAA Division II World Series in Cary, North Carolina. The Bears, making their first ever appearance in the D2 World Series, will play Central Missouri at 6 o'clock on Sunday. In part 2 of the video recap, I'll give you the rest of the scores, as well as finals for the NAIA National Championship game and the Friday action in the National Junior College Athletic Association World Series. For now, this is Rudy Jones of PalmettoStateBaseball.com, wrapping up part 1 of the South Carolina College Baseball video recap for Friday, May the 30th, saying Jesus loves you. Have a great night.